In this video, we'll be taking a look at one NFL game happening on December 19, 2022, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game, so 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one NFL game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Los Angeles Rams versus Green Bay Packers. The Los Angeles Rams leave the climate-controlled surroundings of SoFi Stadium and head to the frozen tundra of Green Bay, Wisconsin to take on the Packers on Monday night. The injury-riddled Rams come into the game at 4-9 and led by Baker Mayfield at quarterback. Mayfield is coming off a stellar performance that led to a thrilling Rams victory on Thursday night, just days after being picked up by Los Angeles. Green Bay still has a slight chance to make the playoffs with a 5-8 record and coming off a bye week. Aaron Rodgers will make the start at quarterback despite suffering a rib injury in the loss to the Eagles 2 weeks ago. The playoff chances for both teams are essentially almost gone, but there is still a sliver of hope. However, these two pseudo-contenders also come into this game from very different ends of the spectrum. The Rams saw Baker Mayfield join the team early last week, learn the offense for something like 34 hours, and then lead them to a remarkable last-minute 17-16 win over the Las Vegas Raiders on Thursday Night Football. That win broke a 6-game losing streak. Meanwhile, the Packers started the season as expected with a 3-1 mark, including a win over Tom Brady's Buccaneers and Bill Belichick's Patriots. But since then, they have gone a paltry 2-7. They spent last week licking their season-long wounds with a bye. It will be interesting to see how each team reacts to being back on the field again with little hope of making the playoffs. The Los Angeles Rams have lost 4 straight road games. Baker Mayfield is completing 62.9% of his passes for 230 yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Cooper Kupp and Tyler Higbee have combined for 1,267 receiving yards and 6 touchdowns, while Ben Skowronek has 38 receptions. The Los Angeles Rams ground game is averaging 86.1 yards per contest, and Cam Akers leads the way with 376 yards and 4 touchdowns. Defensively, Los Angeles is allowing 23 points and 330.5 yards per game. Bobby Wagner leads the Los Angeles Rams with 111 tackles, Aaron Donald has 5 sacks, and Nick Scott has 2 interceptions. The Rams aren't setting any rushing records in the NFL this season, while guys like Ben Skowronek, Tutu Atwell, and Van Jefferson have emerged in the receiving game. Cam Akers has been used mostly in a keep-him-honest type of way, carrying the ball 113 times for 376 yards this season. But on Monday night, it's a matchup with the league's 30th-ranked rushing defense, so look for Akers to be more of a cog in the offensive game plan, as the visitors will try and lean on the run to control the clock a bit. The Green Bay Packers have won 3 of their last 5 home games. Aaron Rodgers is completing 64.3% of his passes for 2,864 yards, 22 touchdowns, and 9 interceptions. Alan Lazard and Christian Watson have combined for 1,031 receiving yards and 12 touchdowns, while Robert Tonyan has 45 receptions. The Green Bay Packers ground game is averaging 125.4 yards per contest, and Aaron Jones leads the way with 847 yards and 2 touchdowns. Defensively, Green Bay is allowing 23 points and 347.7 yards per game. Key Walker leads the Green Bay Packers with 100 tackles, Rashan Gary has 6 sacks, and Jair Alexander has 4 interceptions. The rookie Christian Watson-Whittier has 25 catches and 7 touchdowns on the season, but most of his receptions and all of his scores have come in the last 4 games. It's clear that Watson and Rodgers are developing a nice rapport. Against Dallas in mid-November, Watson nabbed 3 touchdowns on a season-high 8 targets as the Packers pulled off their most impressive win, 31-28 in overtime. The last time out against the Bears, Watson had a 46-yard touchdown run, giving him 8 total in his last 4 games. Los Angeles is 13-3-1 against the spread in their last, the 17th of December games, and 4-1-1 against against the spread in their last 6 games on grass. The under is 5-1 in Los Angeles' last 6 road games. Green Bay is 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 games and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 home games. The over is 4-0 in Green Bay's last 4 games. The favorite is 10-2 against the spread in these two teams' last 12 head-to-head meetings. Much like the Los Angeles Rams, the Green Bay Packers haven't lived up to their preseason expectations, and they must win out to have a chance at making the playoffs in a weak NFC. Green Bay kept its postseason hopes alive with a 28-19 victory against the Chicago Bears 2 weeks ago and now enter Monday Night Football with over 2 weeks of rest. Both of these teams have had disappointing seasons, but they are coming off of nice wins in their last game. Green Bay has been better on offense recently, but they have also allowed at least 27 points in 3 of their last 4 games. The Rams have been dealing with injuries for a good portion of this season, but they have managed to keep most games close. The Green Bay Packers are the better team here, given they have health on their side and have had an extra week to prepare. The Los Angeles Rams are still leveled with injuries and weren't a good team even when healthy. Despite being remote, both teams had the playoffs in mind going into this one, or at least their fans do. Following this showdown, the Rams have very winnable games against the Broncos and the Chargers and a trip to Seattle. The Packers' situation looks a little more dire. After this, they'll have Miami, Minnesota, and the surging Detroit Lions. The Rams definitely have an easier remaining slate, meaning their playoff chances, though remote, are more realistic than the Packers' chances. With that said, the Packers being favored by more than a touchdown against anybody is strange. The Packers' offense struggles to finish drives at times, and the defense can't stop the run. There are reasons the Packers are where they are in the standings, so the Los Angeles Rams to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Rams are averaging 17 points per game and 14 points per game on the road. They averaged 25 points per game in their last 3 games against the Packers. With Green Bay giving up 23 points per game at home, the Rams will hit their average in this game. The Packers are averaging 20 points per game and 22 points per game at home. They averaged 32 points per game in their last 3 games against the Rams. The Packers and Rams played over the total in their last 2 meetings. With Los Angeles giving up 21 points per game on the road, the Packers will score enough points to push the score past the total. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.